Okay, joining me now on the podcast is the great Eliud Kipchoge, the best distance runner in history and the recent gold medalist at the Tokyo Olympic Marathon. Eliud, welcome to the show. It is a true honor and privilege to be able to chat with you. I had the good fortune to watch the new film, Kipchoge, The Last Milestone, a couple weeks ago, and I want to begin our conversation where the film begins. You say at the very beginning that the Berlin Marathon was about breaking a world record, but that Vienna and the Ineos 159 project was about making history. What was the difference in your psychology between the Ineos 159 project and the Berlin Marathon?
Thank you, Poman. Actually, I always say Berlin was breaking the normal world record, but Ineos 159 challenge in Vienna was making history. The huge difference is that Vienna is a different and unique race. It was making history because I was running against the unthinkable. And even I dared to think and dared to run and break the unthinkable. So it was really breaking something unthinkable. And it's like a boxer. I was like a boxer going to the ring, not knowing whether I'll be knocked out or you'll win. So it was really hard. But Berlin is that it's just breaking a world record, which whereby many people have been running and breaking all through every year or even every after 2 years. So that's normal according to the world. What happened in Ineos 159 was not something normal. It was actually telling the world that no man is limited. We can actually kick away the impossibilities in our minds, work on it, and break and make history to show people that we don't have limitations at all.
It's so beautiful. And in the vein of no human is limited, of course, many thought that breaking the 2-hour marathon threshold was impossible. And in the film, you say, obviously, that no human is limited, that you don't believe in limits. And you even say that the moment that you tell your mind that you're not able to do something, that miracles cannot happen. Was there ever a moment for you, Eliud, where you doubted or questioned your ability of whether or not you could do it, whether in training or during the project execution itself?
Oh, I want to say that my training went down actually in a fruitful and in a good way. All the trainings I was doing actually going through in a perfect way, finishing it actually in a good way without pain. But all the trainings went on. During the day of execution, actually, I enjoy how the race actually went. And I had no doubt at all because I saw the data, I saw the numbers actually I'm eating the numbers. And that was the only way to be calm, but try to push at the end of it. So I had no actually doubt at all that I will not break the world record. But because actually what I was doing for 5 months in training gave me a lot of motivation that I will break the tour party.
It's amazing to not have any doubts in yourself. It's something that I think we can all aspire to. And you also talk about your relationship with pain. And I think this is such a beautiful philosophy that you have about the way that we think about pain is the way that our life will be, in your words. And it struck me as just a really simple and profound philosophy. Can you just expand on your relationship with pain so that us normal average human beings can deal with it more successfully?
Oh, I want to tell everybody that pain is part of working hard. Pain is part of any successful thing you want. Where you feel there is pain, there is success. If you feel that pain is more, please press on. Success is you are about to be successful. So if all of us actually we can actually handle pain and compare with success, then all of us, because it's really painful, but you can smile after that pain. So let us actually enjoy pain on the other hand, because you cannot actually do something which can inspire people without pain. So where you feel the pain, that's where success is. If you are a rider, if you ride until you feel that pain at midnight, that's where success is. If you are a reporter, you report until midnight, that's where success is. If you are an engineer, you stay in the lab for a very long time, that's where success is.
It's a beautiful philosophy. And on this show, we say that suffering is a gift, and it's sort of a similar a similar sentiment for what you are espousing here. And the film also gives a great visual into your training camp in Cap de Gat. It seems that you and your teammates live a very simple, austere, focused life. You all do chores around the camp, each playing a role, each taking responsibility for the living conditions of the teammates who you guys all respect and love so much. How has your training environment influenced your success as an athlete?
My training environment actually has aided my success. Surrounding all the positive athletes actually is what made me actually to be more more actually motivated to think and really run the unthinkable. So the environment actually in our training camp is more serene. It's really good. Everybody is thinking positive, and that's where you feel you have been planted in a good place whereby you can think well, train well, sleep well, eat well, surround with people are surrounding you with good vibes. Your mind actually is getting on, exchanging ideas in a good way, and that's the only way to enjoy life. And this sport is about enjoying. This sport is about loving it and even if it's painful, but laugh that way.
It's so true. It is all about the love, but it is so inspiring, Eliud, to see the greatest marathoner, the greatest distance runner of all time, also doing his chores with his teammates. It really speaks to your humility, to the importance of having mutual investment from everybody in the training environment so that you're all successful. The film also highlights your relationship with your coach, Patrick Sang. And you say in the film, and I found it really special, that when you were a young boy, a young runner, your coach, who was a professional runner at the time, you wanted to be just like him. And he coached you to be arguably the best runner of all time. And there's a focus on how you have trust for him, unwavering trust in Patrick, your coach. What makes your relationship with Patrick so special?
I think what makes the relationship between me and Patrick special is professionalism. Patrick likes people who are actually living their honest life, who are believing in themselves, who trust in what they are doing, who actually love sport, who are working hard, and people who are actually practicing the value of being a steward. That if you have been given a program, you can handle by yourself. So it's the same. Patrick likes somebody to actually self-responsible. So what Patrick is teaching us is that you should believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, trust and know that you are the best one, have self-responsibility, and above all, live a honest life. And that's the only way to be actually in sport, to be in sport. And actually, it can guide you. You cannot go astray if you have all those values.
So, Eliud, you've said a few times now the importance of believing yourself. And you said earlier that you never had a doubt that you can do it. Is there any advice that you can give for us normal people about how we can believe in ourselves more, or how we can cultivate that self-belief within ourselves?
I want to actually advise people that believing in yourself is setting your own core, setting your own belief actually is a value. And please believe what you are doing. Even if you don't actually hit the target that day, please go on. If you fail today, you cannot fail tomorrow. So by believing in yourself is giving you the peace of mind that I can do this thing alone. I can do this thing with the whole team. I am able to do it. And if you believe in yourself, then anything actually you can go anywhere you want. You can cross everywhere. You can really get to any place you want, provided you have a self-belief.
It's great. It's great. And in the film, you also talk about the importance of humility, which is another part of your character that people just really admire. Is even though you've been so incredibly successful, you've broken all these records, you've done the unimaginable over and over, you just have this constant humility to you. With all the success and attention that you've had, it'd be easy to be distracted or to lose that humility. How have you dealt with fame, and how have you been able to stay humble through that process?
I've been having actually a mind setup whereby I'm a human being and I put myself as Eliud here. I actually put fame or the performance or success in general aside. So without fame, then I'm a human being. I don't actually wear fame and success when I'm walking around. I'm walking around as a human being. That's what I am actually putting on all the time. That I want to perform well at the same time being grounded. And I trust that being humble and being on the ground is the only way to concentrate and actually perform well. Because, being actually so famous and you want to have pride is like drinking alcohol. If you drink alcohol, you think you are more sharper. If you drink alcohol, you think you have more energy and more muscles. But the purpose is that fame actually and success can translate you into like a drunkard person. So I always push away fame and success and become a human being.
I love that metaphor of fame being almost like drunkenness. That's a great way to look at it. And
yes,
Eliud, in 2020 at the London Marathon, you finished 8th place, which for most would be a great result. But for you, it was the first time that you lost at a marathon since 2013. It was the lowest finish of your career. And since then, of course, you've won another Olympic gold medal. And I'm just curious, what did you learn from that 2020 London Marathon and that 8th place finish? And how did that change your approach to your Olympic preparation this year?
During the 2020 London Marathon, actually, I lost. I thought I would defend the London Marathon for the 5th time, but I lost it to 8th position. But I say, no, this is a challenge. Every day is a challenge, and sport has challenges. In all our marathons, we have potholes and bumps on the way. And this is one of the potholes that I jumped in and I did not come back again. But I came back when I was 8th position in a pothole. So I said, this is a challenge. Let me go back, think about the challenge, accept this challenge, and start again to reinvent myself, train again, and focus. So I could that please let me focus more. And I am a human being also. I need to really train the same. I did not change anything. I train the same program. But all in all, is that after actually defending my title in Olympics, then I know that I got the knowledge that if you really get focused and train well, you can still perform well, even if that you had a bad day yesterday.
Beautiful. Eliud, last question for you here. You just won another Olympic gold medal, as we've mentioned now a couple of times. You've run under 2 hours for the marathon, which your film so beautifully displays. You own the world record for the marathon. What more do you have to accomplish in your career?
I think more is still to come, but I don't know which one. But the future is still beautiful. My future is still actually pride on my side. Like I say, let me concentrate actually on recovery now. Enjoy the gold medal. Enjoy the launch and watching of the last mile movie. And the next 2 months, I will actually roll on to the whole world what will happen next year or in some few months. So the future is still okay. The future is still bright.
Terrific. Eliud, thank you so much for your time. It has been an honor to speak with you.
Thank you very much. I wish you well.